Welcome back on our episode of NBA 2K12, and now we enter the three parts of the NBA Christmas game on the third game of the day here in TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, as the two of the old rivals in the Atlantic Division, as the Boston Celtics will host the Philadelphia 76ers. They met in the postseason many times in the modern era, in the early 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then entering the early 2000s with Allen Iverson and Paul Pierce met, and then in 2012 with Iguodala and Pierce, and then in the modern era in 2018 and late 2010s, Embiid and Tatum many playoffs so far. So we are in the TD Garden. We'll find out here. We're gonna have to use the regular costumes. So the Sixers are red and Celtics are white. That will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. And enjoy the video here at the TD Garden in Boston. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It's Elton Brand and the Philadelphia 76ers going up against Ray Allen and the Boston Celtics. And now time for the call by Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the opening tip out in Boston.
And 2K Sports welcomes you to the NBA with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We're glad you're aboard. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. Look at the 76ers starting group. Iggy and Brand are the forwards. Hawes rounds up the front court. Holiday and Meeks in the backcourt. And for the Celtics, Rondo, Allen, and Pierce on the perimeter. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5.
And the Sixers getting to the playoffs a year ago was such an accomplishment. They did a nice job in their division, going 9-7 against Atlantic Division foes.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Holiday against Rondo. He goes up, and no one able to grab it as it goes out of bounds. Celtics ball. And here are the Celtics now. Allen for three, and that one's good.
Tell you what, there's not much he can't do out there.
Here's Holiday. And in that division, Phil, you just talked about that, Steve. It was a tough division, one of the toughest in the NBA.
Yeah, no question about it, Kevin. I mean, you look at New York, became a much better team. Boston was still Boston. So to get 9 wins against that Atlantic division was a nice triumph for the young Sixers. I see him.
Allen kicks to Pierce. The tray. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Looks like a 3-point contest out here, guys.
Yeah, you have fit right in, Parker. I mean, you hit one on us, we'll hit one on you. A terrific battle going on here.
Now let's find out what head coach Doug Collins had to say to Doris Burke.
Kevin, to sum up his goal, he said that everyone needs to have the same mindset on defense today or they won't have success. He warned his team that they're up against a unit that will capitalize on every mistake they make so they can't get caught daydreaming on defense. Stay awake.
Great stuff, Doris. Thanks. And sounds like Clark the most important number for them today is opposing shooting percentage.
Well, one of the best ways, Kevin, to contain a dangerous shooter is to keep the ball out of his hands. Deny him the ball. Deny has to be what your focus is.
Steve? Well, the key is if you're going to deny, then you've got to anticipate the rotations. And so as long as they're schooled in the game plan tonight and they understand what they're trying to accomplish, they can be aggressive and deny and then go ahead and make the rotations from there.
And the 76ers with possession. Here's Brand, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And, you know, very quietly, guys, Elton Brand had a terrific season a year ago for Philadelphia. His rebounding is up, shooting percentage over 50%. He did that for the first time in 4 years, so nice to see him back.
And the 76ers making a change here. Batiste checked in. And, of course, Steve, you mentioned Elton Brand's bounce-back season. He's dealt with an Achilles tendon tear back in 2007. That's potentially devastating injury.
It really is, and the credit to Elton Brand. I mean, he was able to come back, and it took him a couple of seasons, but he seems to be returning to a really good form. And I'd love to see him continue to stay healthy because I think he's got a lot of good basketball left.
You know, I thought the coach last year, in his first year with Philadelphia, Doug Collins, really put Elton in a position where it almost edited what he could do at the age he's at right
That's
now.
a great observation, Kevin, and you're exactly right. He put him in a nice lane that allowed him to be comfortable and productive. So well done by Doug Collins and our coach.
Here's Holiday after Paul Pierce's score. Outside Holiday. Here's Batiste. And the 76ers take on two more.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
The Celtics with the lead.
Well, we all know Rajon Rondo is one of the fastest players in the NBA, but he's really the only Celtic who wants to get out and run. This is more of a half-court team. In fact, Boston finished in the bottom 10 in the league in fast break points. So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
And the 76ers tack on two more. And Steve, you're talking about the Celtics and the slower pace, bottom 10 in fast break points. I guess that's often the case for more veteran teams. They don't want to get into what's happening.
Yeah, I think they got to be more efficient in terms of how they massage offensive possessions. I mean, you look at Rondo, who is an absolute burner, but the rest of the starting unit probably better suited to a half-court game. It'll be interesting to see how the Celtics go forward because Rondo moving into his prime and obviously more effective in an up-and-down game. Will the Celtics acquiesce to who he is and what his best type of game is as they go forward? There are two guys thinking alike. Perfect pass and perfect catch. Well done both ways.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
Some changes for Boston. Kristich comes in for Jermaine O'Neal, and it's Avery Bradley in for Rajon Rondo. Taken away.
Great job defensively, getting out and forcing that turnover.
They made the most of that opportunity, guys.
Yeah, he had a path to the basket. You're right, Clark, and Steve, the alley-oop was right on target.
It was, and I like the gentle finish, too. Kevin, because that's not an easy play to catch and lay in the ball.
Brand against Garnett. Tipped.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
The 76ers trail by 7. Inside Leonard, and Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Williams. And that's 11 points for Iguodala. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's the pass to Allen. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, I like the fluidity I'm seeing from them on offense. It's just been the beauty. Fun to watch.
That is, they're moving the ball well, finding the open man, making that extra pass. They're playing very unselfishly right now.
Come get it. Come get it.
Williams with the ball. From deep. And Iguodala with the basket. The assist by Williams. 14 points for Iguodala.
right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
Baskets coming early off in the first quarter. Celtics out in front, leading by 8.
Yeah, this team is on the same page, no question. They're right where they need to be offensively.
And they're hitting their scores with on-time and on-target passes, too. That's fun to watch.
And we'll get back to the action right after this. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Celtics leading by 8.
Ray Allen's shooting form is admired league-wide just for its beauty and its consistency. Shoots the ball with such great rhythm and flow.
We've got Jermaine O'Neal. Sasha Pavlovich is out there with Green. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Bradley in at the 2-bar. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And the 76ers with possession. It's a 10-point game. And it's interesting, Doc Rivers, Clark, talked about, everyone always looks at the form. What Rivers says he thinks is the key to Ray Allen and his success. His footwork is absolutely tremendous.
It's brilliant, and it's so efficient, and that's where it starts, from the ground up. But it is a beautiful shot to look at.
It is a sweet stroke.
It is a honey, sweet stroke. Picture perfect.
And he's always working.
Always. Well, he's refined it. I mean,
He has.
he's really refined it, and it doesn't happen by accident.
But don't you like when guys bring up to the public, and certainly the media, about how hard guys work, and how it's just the little things, the attention to detail. Allen is that kind of guy.
That is so. He's so meticulous, but there's great results that come from being disciplined and meticulous. And Ray Allen is an example of that.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our side. In this game, Doris, take it away.
Kevin, Rajon Rondo's such a tough player. His former teammate Shaquille O'Neal remembered going up against him in the first round in 2001. He said being the big man and being the enforcer, he was killing us, so I had to touch him up. But I knew he was a tough kid because he kept coming down there. A lot of times you touch people up, they have their choice to make. I don't want to get guys, you remember Rondo in the playoffs last season? Dislocated his elbow and came back to play in the same game. He's a scrapper.
The biggest guy or the strongest, but you know what? He never backs down.
Who knows how far the Celtics would have gone if Rondo and the others had been healthy.
And he showed so much heart playing through that elbow injury during the playoffs.
And as much as Philly improved at home last season, they were still a work in progress on the road, very much so. Not a great team when they left Philadelphia.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game, really playing well offensively.
Here's Iguodala. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. We'll get Jermaine O'Neal. Clark, you're right on that. The record of Philly on the road, 15 and 26. And, Steve, that's probably the next hurdle they got to cross, winning away from Philadelphia.
Well, remember, Kevin, Philadelphia started out on the road very slowly as they tried to adapt to Doug Collins and the new style. By the end of the season, they were a formidable opponent on the road.
Here's Rondo. He's got 10. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Looking at a big game. He did a solid job in the first, but he's building on that now here in the second.
Wow! Now the Sprite Slam Cam for the replay.
Now that is a spectacular dunk. I mean, you got the glide, you got the power, you got the full package.
All of it. I mean, look how high he got.
You just don't see that kind of elevation every day.
Turner covering. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 5. Turner with the steal.
For the most part, they're doing a nice job of taking care of the ball, though. Every once in a while, they'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
You know, when you watch the Celtics play the Sixers now, some of the younger fans might not realize just how heated this rivalry was in decades past. I mean, going back to the early 80s and even before that, these two teams have met the most in the playoffs of any two teams, with 18 different series, and the Celtics coming out on top in 11 of them.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Iguodala. Joey Meeks comes in for Evan Turner. And it's Holiday in for Lou Williams. Meeks dishes to Hawes. Pass on him, and Hawes kicks to Meeks. Outside Holiday. Another 3 for Philadelphia. Mark, when you think about the Celtics-Sixers rivalry, like Bill Russell against Wilt Chamberlain in the 60s, Larry Bird against Dr. J in the 80s. Who knows where it's going to go now in this decade and beyond, but it's always going to remain a very interesting combination of these two franchises. Steve, I know you have great appreciation for what these two teams mean in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, it was just such a great rivalry there going way back. Kevin, you mentioned Russell versus Chamberlain. That's such an iconic image to see a picture of those two guys going head-to-head. And then, of course, Bird and Dr. J, and Moses Malone, and that era. Two great franchises. Boston, obviously, the dominant one in that rivalry. But with Philadelphia improving last season, we're going to see more of a strong rivalry between the Sixers and the Celtics this year.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, the Celtics have been accused of being a little bit chippy from time to time. They're not opposed to stirring the pot in that regard. Coach Stan Van Gundy said they create it and the other team can't play through it. He noted that because of their success, they get the benefit of the doubt. The Celtics are one tough group, guys.
Thanks, Doris.
Elite teams tend to get calls in their favor, and the Celtics have been elite for a while now. So they'll usually get those calls.
Knocked away. Pierce with the steal. Here's Allen. Williams knocks it loose. The 76ers trail by 9. Outside Holiday. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Nice defense, poking that one out of bounds.
You know, just a nanosecond quicker, and they would have been going the other way.
Some changes for Boston. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Bass. Avery Bradley comes in for Ray Allen. And it's Arroyo in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Iguodala. He's got 16. Pulls up. Now Garnett defender. And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Meeks.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I don't think there's another option. You know, you get better elevation with the one-hand dunk, and it's the most basic of all. Keep it simple.
And probably the most reliable.
Yeah, hard to mess that one up.
Here's Garnett. Collects the two-pointer near the hoop. Garnett's got 6 points.
Well, the only way to stop him is to keep him from getting the ball in the first place.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Celtics lead by 7.
And it's been a great game out in Boston. Thanks so much for joining us for the HP Halftime Report. The Celtics doing well so far. The three-point shooting, ridiculous. They're knocking down everything. Ray Allen's been tremendous in the first half. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And for Philadelphia, they've really been battling. Close-range shots, their bread and butter early on, a gigantic lead in points in the paint. It's been a superstar display by Andre Iguodala. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. The two players who've had an easy time finishing off around the rim, here are your leading scorers. And that'll do it for us here. Let's get you back out to Kevin Harlan and the 2K broadcasting crew for the second half.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. And here's Rondo.
You know, even though Philly got bounced early by the Heat last year, you have to think it was a very valuable learning experience for that team, especially as young as they are.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the foul for Doug Collins. Iggy and Brand are the forwards. Hawes rounds up the front court. Holiday and Meeks in the backcourt. Holiday against Rondo. It's tipped. Pierce with the steal.
I think he baited him on that pass. Very savvy defense.
From outside the arc. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his fourth assist with that last one. Here's one. What Zach Clark about the 76ers with their youth and playoff exposure is a big boost.
Yes.
And Steve, Doug Collins talked about it. Hey, we're going to get great experience here for this young team.
Yeah, and a lot of their young players got to see a lot of action during that series. And, of course, playing against a great team like Miami, going against the best, there's no better experience for them.
Marksman, their backcourt has set the tone for their whole squad.
Now here's Holiday. 8 points for him. He's picked up by Rondo. Backing him down is Iguodala. Over Allen. Again, Philadelphia.
There was a lot of speculation about whether Doc Rivers will return, but here he is, and he's become a bit of a mainstay in Boston since he's been here.
Tell you what, he's playing with the rebound real nice.
Yep, there he is. They got to find a way to get out there on him.
Rondo against Holiday. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down. Back-to-back Rivers. Clark, there was talk he might take some time off or look to other teams, but he signed that 5-year deal right at the end of the season. And his son's going to be a freshman down at Duke, and he's anxious to watch him. Eventually in the NBA, Steve, that was kind of an interesting decision.
Well, I think Boston wanted stability. Kevin, the players are older, so by signing Doc Rivers to a long-term deal, you told your fans, look, he's the rock, he's the stability. We're going to be good for a long time because Doc is our leader.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Spencer Hawes.
Let's keep it going for your Celtics dancer.
Here's Holiday. Iguodala gets to Brand. That's good.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive. Well, it really looks like a nice fit between Sixers head coach Doug Collins and Elton Brand. That's been a big key for the turnaround of this young Sixers team.
They're rolling. They're 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 6 points for Brand. You know, Doug Collins and Elton Brand, both very experienced. Steve, they've both also dealt with some tough injuries in their respective careers.
I think that's why Doug Collins really sympathized with what Elton was going through and probably helped him through the adversity. And Brand came back, had an excellent season a year ago. Doug Collins, a major reason for that. Right, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Here's Rondo, and again, still at the triple.
And the thing you notice, you look at the stat sheet, they have a lot more assists. That's been a factor.
Yeah, I like the fact they're moving the ball. Less ISOs, more ball movement, more player movement. It's a fun style to watch, commentate, and to play.
Iguodala with the bucket.
And the Celtics, of course, with so much history, and so many of the former players are around Boston and go to the games, and I think they're very good.
And he flushes it through. Strike slam jam with the replay.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, some panache to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Boston. Arroyo comes in for Rajon Rondo.
Well, once Allen Iverson left Philadelphia several seasons ago, it seemed like the 76ers lost their identity. But this past season, they started to carve out a niche for themselves. They're a young, athletic team that defends, and they play hard together.
Out of bounds, and they'll keep possession.
Celtics ball.
1:10 left in the third. Here's Pierce. Converts on the jumper for the easy two. Pierce has got 21 in the game. And when you move out of an era like that, you talked about that, Steve, it does take time to find an identity. You've been through that as well, and you can certainly appreciate what the 76ers are going through.
Yeah, they certainly are building a nice identity, and they're basing it on toughness under head coach Bill Collins, Kevin. And that's impressive. They're definitely a team to keep an eye on. They're going to help you, no doubt.
Howard, the pass to Turner. Young dishes to Iguodala. Backs him down. Holiday, Pierce covering. And it's Brand that time, and the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. And Pierce backs in. Picked up by Turner. And it's blocked. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Iguodala. Off target with that shot. And here are the Celtics now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Shot on the wing, and it's Boston with another. Here's Iguodala. 23 points in the game. Over Arroyo. Again, Philadelphia.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
He gets it up, and he claims it.
They got it to double digits as we get set for the final quarter. That three has them fired up.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Ray Allen really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, so far in this one, he's played a different role than normal, but, he's done a nice job as this team's playmaker here today.
And all of it's worked for the most part. I mean, he might not be known as a dime dropper, but after this game, he will be.
More great action when we return. Now as we get going here in the fourth, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
Kevin, for that great stretch the Celtics just put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. Everything started falling for them in the second quarter, and that is when they took over this basketball game. They'll look to close things out here in the final quarter of play.
Terrific stuff, Doris. Thank you. That was quite a run they had, Clark.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin, scoring bursts like that often tell the story, really. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And that's been the case today. I mean, that's what you have to point to, I think, is the defining moment in this ballgame.
Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. Nina Kristic is out there with Green, and it's Pavlovic in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Allen against Williams. The turnaround Jay gets it to go. 23 points for Allen.
Too much casual effort here. Lackadaisical getting back on defense here, fellas.
Yeah, it's costing them. That's 7 of their last 10 points that they've given up coming in transition.
Now Williams. 6 to shoot. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
But you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. They can give it up.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
And Allen picks him up defensively. Williams kicks to Spates. Oh, that's blocked. Celtics leading by 12. And here is Allen. He's guarded by Williams. Williams with the steal.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instincts by making plays just like that.
To the middle. It's stolen by Allen. Green, the pass to Allen. He passes to Pavlovich. And the Celtics hit again. From deep.
He could have read a book cover to cover with all the time he was given on that three. My goodness, Herman, play some D.
Could have read a book, could have played a video game, could have mowed the lawn. I mean, come on, defense, play.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, you know, the cream of the crop in the Atlantic, the Boston Celtics, I mean, they've ruled the division for the last 4 seasons, ever since the trade for Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Elton Brand's checked in for Spates. Young comes in for Meeks. And it's Iguodala in for Evan Turner. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, after the break, I listened in on Doug Collins' huddle. He was emphatic with his guys, saying, "We've worked far too hard tonight to give this game away now. We need to go out there and put all the energy we have into these last few moments."
Thank you, Doris. For 3, Pierce. That's good. Coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. Well, the Celtics 13-3 last season in games against their division mates in the Atlantic. It's a good division, Steve, and the Celtics were right there. Terrific mark.
Well, the division was improved, Kevin, with the play of New York and Philadelphia, particularly in the latter part of the season. But they really dominated a year ago, as you said, 13-3. I think they will be hard-pressed to match that record this coming season against the Atlantic.
You know, the hardest part of that play was getting to the rebound. After that, it was easy.
Takes the 3, and again, Boston with the triple.
Everything's falling from the three-point line here in the second half.
And guys, you know, one fed into the other. I mean, now they're shooting with great confidence, and they're on a roll.
Here's Allen. Fires from the wing. And again, it's Boston converted.
Just cruising to the finish line.
Yeah, and barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they'll go home with a nice victory here.
And the Celtics making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. The 76ers also with the sub. Leaks is checked in. Here's Holiday. He's covered by Rondo. Grant fires. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 13 points for Grant. Williams got a piece of it. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. Here's Iguodala. From 11 feet away. And Drew Holiday. The bucket on the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Pierce. And it's Boston with another.
The leader, only the guys with the sweetest strokes can get that one off in traffic.
The kick out to Holiday. Launches it. And it's good. Assisting on the play is Williams. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside. He's one of the few guys you don't mind seeing take the 3 in transition.
We've got 1:18 left in the game. Here's Williams. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Here's Pierce. Back to Rondo. There's the triple. And the Celtics hitting it from deep.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Tries it from the top of the key. Again, Philadelphia. Here comes Paul Pierce. Lets it go from the wing. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Pierce. 30 points for Allen. Goes up from the top of the key. And that's good for 2. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pierce good.
I got me good here. They're trying to put the nail in the coffin.
Well, just adding to the lead as we approach the final buzzer.
Williams against Allen. Pulls from the top of the key. Gets the bucket.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
Pulls up on the wing, and it's Boston with another.
Yeah, that's going to do it. I mean, this thing is pretty much over. They played well.
Well, it has been a bit anticlimactic the end of the game, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
And the basket good. Here's Rondo. Over Holiday. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by O'Neal.
Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
Here's Holiday. This is good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Holland saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Ray Allen.
That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, and now a fourth part of the Christmas game arc. We're heading to Oakland, California, as the Golden State Warriors will host the Los Angeles Lakers. And the earlier saw football Saturday is going to be interesting. The first game, the first matchup here on the football game arc, 5 games earlier. The Chiefs defeat the Texans. The Ravens into the playoffs with the win over the Steelers to keep the AFC North title. Penn State, Texas, and Ohio State are going to the second round of the bowl tournament of the college football playoffs. That'll do it for now, and the reminder we'll have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys on NBC Sunday Night Football. This is Andre Kenshin, say so long, and have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Lakers and the Warriors game. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and thanks for coming.